consolation prize. Number 8, games 2 and 3 are played on the colored cards, and tonight it's purple. Game 2, the X game, has $150 available to be won. Game 3, which continues on from Game 2, is a blackout. Jackpot in 52 numbers or less is a minimum of $500. After 52 numbers, Game 3 continues to a blackout for a $100 consolation prize. Number 9, if Game 3 is won with the Toonie Ball number drawn at the beginning of the session, the winner will receive either the jackpot or consolation prize, as well as the Toonie Pot, which is at $5,612. Okay, let's find out what our Toonie number is tonight. Remember, this is not the ball you're playing with for Game 1. This will be important in Game 3 if it gets that far. Sometimes if we see it in Game 2. Okay, it's a G58. So G58 is our Toonie Ball number. So it goes back in the hopper or blower. G58 is our Toonie number. So, starting off, first number out on those gold or yellow colored cards. A jackpot in 50 numbers or less is $17,477. And the first number is under the O64. O64. Under the N45. N45. Under the O74, O74. Under the B15, B15. Under the O70, O70. Under the O61, O61. Under the G53, G53. Under the N43, N43. Under the G54, G54. Under the I-29, I-29. Oh, it's not working. There we go. Okay, never mind. Under the B1, B1. Under the B3, B3. Under the G51, G51. Under the G50, G50. Under the N38, N38. Under the B12, B12. Under the G52, G52. What? G52 is the 16th number? Oh, under the N36, N36. You can get it from Jeremy later. Under the O65, O65. Under the O73, O73. Under the B8, B8. Under the B5, B5. Under the I-17, I-17. Under the G47, G47. Under the I-18, I-18. Under the N39, N39. Under the I-19, I-19. Under the I-16, I-16. Under the I-26, I-26. Under the B9, B9. Under the O63, O63. Under the B14, B14. Under the O72, O72. Under the N34, N34. Under the N44, N44. Under the B10, B10. Under the G56, G56. Under the G48, G48. Under the G58, G58. Under the B2, B2. Under the G55, G55. Under the G49, G49. Under the G46, G46. Under the N40, N40. Under the N33, N33. Under the G59, G59. Under the N42, N42. Under the I-23, I-23. Under the I-24, I-24. Under the B4, B4. And that is your 50th number, so we'll pause here for 2.5 minutes and give people a chance to call in if they do have a bingo on that B4 or earlier, because that's a big jackpot there to miss out on. Numbers 204-476-2639. And while we're waiting for that to count down or phone to ring, I have one new community announcement. The Nipah Ministerial invites you to a Blue Christmas service of remembrance and hope at the Calvary Chapel at 221 Hamilton Street on Thursday, December 21st at 7 p.m. Refreshments to follow, and everyone is welcome. Okay, and Evergreen Environmental Technologies, which is the place for garbage dump off as well as recycling halfway between here and Minnedosa for the area. It's open Monday to Friday, 8 to 4, Saturday, 8 to 3. They will, however, be closed on December 25th and 26th, as well as January 1st. And now we're just going to have a minute of silence. Both phone lines are open to receive your calls. For the third and final time, both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Not hearing any calls, I'll declare this game closed and we'll move on to the consolation round for $100, still on those gold or yellow cards, still looking for a blackout. Your next number will be under the G57. G57. Under the I30, I30. Under the N41, N41. Under the N35, N35. Under the O62, O62. Under the I20, I20. Under the I27, I27. Under the N37, N37. Under the B7, B7. Under the O66, O66. And we have a caller. So we'll pause the blower, check and verify the card. And we do have a valid bingo on 066, the last number called. So unless somebody else calls in, 066 is the bingo number at this point in time. And of course the number in the hoop, which you can't see anymore, is not a valid number because I have not called it. Okay, after this game, we will be moving on to the purple colored cards. And our first game will be the letter X game for $150. Our tuning number, which you hope not to see in game 2 because you'd like to see it in game 3 and win on it, because it doesn't matter if you get the tuning number in game 2 or not, you won't get anything extra. It has to be happening in game 3. So our tuning number is G58 and our tuning pot is $5,612, and the number of cards sold last week was 125. So about another minute to go. Both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Both phone lines are open to receive your calls. For the third and final time, both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Not hearing any further calls, I declare this game closed, and we will move on to those purple colored cards. And the first game will be the letter X. Now just return all the balls into the hopper. And our winner on the Bonanza Consolation was Jerry Bone of Arden, purchasing the winning card at Harris Pharmacy. Congratulations to Jerry. Okay, on those purple colored cards, our second game is played on the purple colored cards, looking for the letter X for a prize of $150. Your first number out is under the 070. 070. Under the G55, G55. Under the G51, G51. Under the I21, I21. Under the 071, 071. Under the 061, 061. Under the 074, 074. Under the G47, G47. Under the I22, I22. Under the G50, G50. Under the G52, G52. Under the 067, 067. Under the B9, B9. Under the N44, N44. Under the I-28, I-28. Under the N33, N33. Under the G59, G59. Under the I-25, I-25. Under the N43, N43. Under the O75, O75. Under the N36, N36. Under the I-24, I-24. Under the G48, G48. Under the B12, B12. Under the N37, N37. Under the N32, N32. Under the I-16, I-16. Under the B3, B3. Under the I-27, I-27. Under the B7, B7. Under the G58, G58. Under the O72, O72. Under the N39, N39. Under the I30, I30. Under the I20, I20. Under the N35, N35. Under the N40, N40. Under the G49, G49. And we have a caller. So last number called was G49. A number in the hoops, not valid yet. 496. And G49 gives us a valid bingo for the letter X. G49. Oh, let's go back to continue. So the last number called, G49, is the one that was bingoed on for the letter X. We do have one phone line open to receive your calls. One phone line is open. And we now have both phone lines open to receive your calls. Both phone lines are now open. And bingo packages here in Nipawet can be purchased at Harris Pharmacy, Tim Tam Asian Grocery Store, Rocking Animal House, Touchwood Park, Nipawet Legion, and for Kinsman Court residents at Kinsman Courts too. And we thank those places very much for providing that service for us to help us sell bingo packages. Okay, so the tuning number G58. Oh, it was called. Okay, I was looking for it to see when it was called, and I missed to see when it was called. Do you have it? 31st number. Okay. G58 was called on the 31st number. That was our toonie number. So that means there will be no toonie number for Game 3, and that toonie pot will grow from its $5,612. Both phone lines are open to receive your calls. And for the third and final time, both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Not hearing any further calls, I declare this game closed, and we will move on to the blackout and 52 numbers. And it's got a jackpot of $7,724. The winner on the Big X was Doreen Fox of Neepawa, purchasing the cards at Kinsman Courts. Congratulations, Doreen. Okay, still playing on your purple colored cards, looking for a blackout now. And in 52 numbers or less, it would be worth $7,724. The next number out is under the I-19. I-19. Under the G54, G54. Under the B8, B8. Under the O73, O73. Under the O68, O68. Under the B11, B11. Under the B5, B5. Under the B14, B14. Under the O69, O69. Under the G60, G60. Under the N42, N42. Under the G53, G53. Under the B13, B13. Under the N31, N31. And that is your 50-second number, so we'll pause here for 2.5 minutes in case somebody does manage to get that blackout of 52 numbers and can claim that pot of $7,724. Number to call in is 204-476-2639. I'm showing you the ball in the window, but of course you can't bingo on that one yet because I have not called it. And both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Okay, let's see what kind of new programming we have on NACTV this coming week. We have Coffee Chat with Mark Moorhouse and Lauren Huck about restorative justice. We've got some basketball, town council meetings, Coffee Chat with Marvin Beaumont, Christmas traditions, Hidden Hollow Ravenburger puzzle competition, which I heard was well attended and the competitors had a lot of fun on that one. They all had the same puzzle to do and they had 2 hours to complete it, and whoever completed it first won, and there was different categories, and they didn't all complete it, so the ones that weren't completed, it was whoever had the least number of pieces left over after 2 hours. Volleyball. Assiniboine Zoo Lights is new. Okay, well, that's all I see there for now. All right, both phone lines are open to receive your calls. And for the third and final time, both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Not hearing any calls, I declare this game closed, and we will move on to the consolation round for $100. Still on the purple colored cards, looking for a blackout. Next number under the 064. 064. Under the G56. G56. Under the B4, B4. Under the I-29, I-29. Under the B1, B1. Under the I-17, I-17. And we have a caller. Ooh, that was quick. Okay. I don't even know what the number is in the hoop. 6357. And one number back. Okay, bingo on B1, one number back. And that'll wrap it up for tonight. Unless somebody else calls in, in which case they can win too. Then they split the pot. Okay, I'm going to repeat that new announcement. The Nipwa Ministerial invites you to a Blue Christmas service of remembrance and hope at the Calvary Chapel on 221 Hamilton Street on Thursday, December 21st at 7 p.m. There's refreshments to follow, and everyone is welcome. We do have one phone line open. Remember, you can always call in and we can check your card for you too if you think you've messed up somewhere or whatever the case may be. We can always check your card. Both phone lines are now open to receive your calls. Both phone lines are now open. Both phone lines are open to receive your calls. For the third and final time, both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Not hearing any further calls, I declare this game closed, and that wraps it up for tonight. Thank you all for joining us. And the winner on the Blackout Constellation was Donna Berard of Nipwa, purchasing the winning card at Harris Pharmacy. Okay, recapping for tonight our winners. Oh, and congratulations, Donna. So recapping, on the Bonanza Constellation Game 1, we had Jerry Bone, the winner from Arden, purchasing his winning card at Harris Pharmacy. The Big X was won by Doreen Fox of Nipwa, purchased the cards at Kinsman Courts. The Blackout Constellation was won by Donna Berard of Nipwa, purchased the card at Harris Pharmacy. Congratulations to our winners, and thank you all for playing along tonight. Yes, support NACTV, and that helps us out a lot. Thank you so much. See you next Wednesday.